when I started to play chess, I got stuck on the first half a year of me playing. Okay, I was trying to improve from 700 to 1000. After being stuck for almost this half a year, doubling my elo, I hired a chess coach, okay, and the idea was like, okay, he's gonna teach me, of course, how to solve this problem that I have in chess. It improved me from 700 to 1400 elo in chess. Here's my example. My name is Alon. For the first half a year, I was pretty much stuck. Then I doubled my elo, okay, from 700 to 1400. I really leveled up afterwards to 1700 and soon also to 1800. And so let me now show you the first example. Okay, let's go a few moves back. Okay, a regular opening. This time black performed better in the opening than white. Okay, you have done bishop to b4. White does bishop to b5. Black makes the move pawn to e5. This is a mistake, is because the knight is pinned. Okay, so we can't save this pawn. Okay, he's pinned by the bishop to the king, and so we can just take as white. And so this is what white have done also in this position. So d takes e5. When I was playing, okay, and my coach taught me to just stop doing these things altogether, it didn't just improve my elo, it doubled it. Okay, if you're gonna stop this, you're gonna get the same elo spike like me. The mistake that black made here is bishop to g4. You're not actually attacking the queen. I mean, it could just take you eventually. Okay, you could put the queen here, and then it could capture your knight, and so you're just losing material this way. If you're making a mistake, your opponent is gonna see this. If I made a mistake, he would immediately punish me for it. White have done is bishop takes on c6. We're gonna also damage our position at the same time. And the queen takes, rook takes, and now we're taking the knight. And white is just in a material advantage in this position and winning. If you're gonna get a coach, usually they're gonna say something which is very, very similar to what I'm going to say you now. You need to prevent moves like bishop to g4. So you get the blunder sign, okay? This is the two question mark. What I want you to do in order to understand, okay, is this the mistake that I'm making? And I'm pretty sure that yes, it is. If you're still a beginner, open up the past 4 games that you've played and see, do moves like this with this sign exist, okay, where it's like a red sign and then a two question mark. If it exists in your games, yes, this is the problem right now that you need to solve in order to improve. Moves like this, they make you lose almost instantly, okay? They can turn, take a look at this from an equal position, okay? This is the evaluation bar. It basically tells you which side is better. Okay, so it says 0.4, the black side. So what it basically means is that black, the mistake here on e5, okay, he's still a little bit better. Now you can see, okay, it really goes in white's favor. So it turns into a 4.2 in favor of white. That is how dangerous it is to make these moves, okay? They're counter helpful, okay, and they're going to make you lose a lot of games. If you've been stuck, it's likely this is the problem. Of course, we're going to talk about how to solve this. This is the second example. In a note, the two games that I'm showing you in this video, they are beginner game. The two players here are 700 and 900. I want you to have the examples that resemble as much as possible things that you are making. Black just made the move rook to a7. White just made the move g3. You're threatening this bishop. This is, by the way, a very good move. Okay, you're threatening the bishop, 1, but 2, you're preventing a threat of a checkmate. Okay, it's very hard now to do this. So you probably think, I'm gonna move my pawn here, okay? He's very likely to not see what I'm planning and he's gonna take here. And then I could put my pawn here, and then it's very easy to threaten a checkmate. Okay, this is what you think. Guess what? This is what black thought as well. Okay, he have done the move pawn to f4. And yeah, white did in fact take the bishop, of course, as black thought. Then you're putting it on f3. But notice the problem that arises now. You as black have not seen that the rook can just move back, okay? And if it moves back, okay, for example, now the idea is pretty much done, okay? You can't really progress with this. Your opponent has a knight advantage, and so it's very likely for him to win, and you can see it from the evaluation bar as a proof for this. The blunder turns out to be white made also a blunder by himself. He didn't saw that the rook could just come here and threaten a checkmate, okay? And you've made the move knight to g5. Okay, knight to g5, and now it's a mate in 2. Guess what? Most likely, if you're gonna make a mistake, your opponent is gonna see it, okay? In both cases, okay? So black saw the blunder that white saw the blunder that black made, the blunder that white made, okay? Letting him mate in 2. After this, it's a mate in 2. Both players made huge mistakes in this video, one for hanging a piece and the other one for allowing a mate in 2. And so we can stop this in a very simple way, okay? We don't need to really just go deep into a lot of things in theory and all of this stuff. We're going to have 3 questions, okay? It's called a thought in translation from my native language, it's called a thought question process, okay? The questions that you're basically asking yourself as a player before every move that you play. So before I'm making the blunder, okay, I'm going to ask myself a few questions to just figure out this move, okay, that I'm planning to do, it is a blunder. I'm going to discard this move completely and I'm going to just slide the rook back, okay, because I see there is a problem in there. The more that you make this question process, it's just going to become a lot easier for you to improve. Okay, so the first question that we're going to ask is, how can I improve my position? Let's say I'm white here. I think, okay, my opponent just made a blunder and now I have a material advantage. How can I continue to improve on my position? And I do not really see a way where I could completely challenge my opponent's position, because 1, it's an endgame, 2, it doesn't really have any pieces to be challenged against, okay, it only has this rook. And so, okay, we have this thing solved. So I can't really improve also my own position. So the third question goes like this. 1, how do I improve my own position? 2, how can I ruin his position? And the third question is it a blunder? Okay, every move that you're making in chess should allocate to either improving your position, hurting your opponent's position, or just responding, like making threats, responding to threats, and improving your position. Okay, these are the only things that really exist. And so here, how can I improve my own position? There's no real, I don't see like a clear way where I can improve. Like, of course I can take, but then there's this problem, okay? And so we need to be aware of this. And also we're going to look over the entire board. Don't just focus on one thing. Don't focus on just a small part of the board on the side of the king, because then you're gonna make blunders like this. Focus on the entire board, not on just one thing. And so we can't see a clear way to improve our position, and thus also we don't see like a clear way to hurt his position because it's an end game. This is the main problem that we're having right now. Is there a threat on the board? Yes, there's a clear threat with the rook coming to a1 and giving us a checkmate. Okay, this is the threat that he could make on the next move, so we need to respond to this immediately. How do we respond to this? You're just gonna slide the rook back, and the evaluation bar is going to drop a little bit because now it goes into the analysis board in my software that I'm using. It conveys the idea that I'm trying to say. Okay, you're gonna think this, and then you're gonna figure out solutions. Let's now move to the second example, and you're gonna see this. Okay, so now let's say for a moment that we are black. Okay, we are playing as black, and we think, how can I improve my own position? I have this threat on my knight. This is clear, okay, because you're again going to focus on the entire board. Okay, don't just focus on one part. You're gonna think, okay, I have this thing here on my neck, and I need to figure out one way to improve my position. So maybe I can move back. Moving back doesn't look that good, okay, because then it could take my knight, okay, and then the pawn takes, okay, and it's gonna make double pawns, okay, and 2 double isolated pawns. It doesn't look as good for me. Maybe I can move my knight here, okay, which looks a little bit better, because then I'm gonna threaten the bishop and the other knight as well. And just so you notice, the knight is pinned to the king. And so you're going to come up with ideas like this, okay, this is the point. And so you think, okay, maybe I can threaten the queen. But then you're gonna stop yourself for a moment and ask, is it a blunder? And you're gonna come to the conclusion that it is in fact a blunder, okay? Why again it is a blunder? Because you're leaving this knight hanging, okay? And so you're gonna discard this move completely, and we're gonna do this move instead. Okay, and yeah, the computer says it's an okay move, and by doing this more, you're going to stop moves like this, okay, that basically keep you stuck all this time on beginner level chess. If you want, I can give you some steps that you can just complete to know that this video had helped you. Let me know like if you like this. We're at the end of the video. I'm also leaving like takeaways, okay, so that you can just improve better from these content. And so the first thing is you can write down, okay, the question process. So first of all, how can I improve my position? How can I hurt my opponent's position? And is there a blunder on the board? Okay, this is the first thing. The second thing that you can do is, again, you can play versus bots, but we don't want you to just play like against bots that are on your elo level. We want you to play against bots that are a little bit higher level than you. Okay, so let's say for example you're 700, okay, you're 800. We want you to play not against bots that are, let's say, 900, 1000, because still it's bots. Okay, we want you to play against bots that are 1300 and 1400, somewhere at the zero level. We want you to really like effort before making every move. That is why. Plus, it's going to be a very good playground to just stop the blunders. After we do this, I want you to go back into rapid games, okay, and play versus players. This time, however, you're not going to play on regular time controls. You're going to play on 30 minutes. And one, it's going to make your accuracy a lot bigger, a lot better, because you're going to just have more time to think before every move. But two, it will help you to really practice the thought question process. So how can I stop blunders? If you want to learn more from content like this, you can just leave a subscribe. And if you want really to level up, not just like into intermediate chess, but to a very very strong intermediate player, you can click on the first link in the description, and I will take you to 1600 elo myself. That's it for today's video. Bye bye.